What's going on, guys? I hope you've been feeling the spirit lately. Today I'm going to be going over my number one rule of how to increase your accuracy by 100%. And before we get started in this video, you can pick up a t-shirt with the first link in the description. This color's not available, but I have gray and black. If I can get those sold, it helps the channel tremendously. It helps me out, helps me be able to keep doing this. And it'll help me be able to get more hunting videos out this fall. Pick up a t-shirt, helps me out. Or just like the video and subscribe, and that helps out tremendously too. It helps the videos perform well, helps the channel grow. Thank you guys for all the support, and let's get into this video. So I don't know if you can hear behind me or all around me. Crickets are chirping, it sounds like fall, and it's starting to get close, and I am so excited. The leaves are changing, and there's actually some already falling, and I'm getting pretty excited. It's September the 7th, so I have 30 days from today to start hunting. If I start hunting West Virginia this year, then I'll be able to start September the 30th. That being said, let's get into how to improve your accuracy by 100%. And what I mean by that, and the reason I can say improve your accuracy by 100%, is a lot of the times we get out here and we're shooting and we care too much about what we're doing, when in reality you really shouldn't. You should be able to allow yourself to have fun. And there's a lot of people out there in the community that'll tell you that you need to go through practice drills and blank bail and stuff like that, and that is very good practice. However, you don't have to do it to get better. A lot of the times, to get better, as an instinctive shooter, I'll put it this way because this will make everything easier, but as an instinctive shooter, I shoot based off of sight picture, because instinctive is pretty much visual proprioception, so it's just subconscious reference of sight picture. I also shoot a lot off of feel. How does the shot feel? When I feel my anchor, I started holding back a little bit longer just because it allows me to feel that anchor and that bow arm more, and it gave me a cleaner release over time, and it allowed me to feel the shot through. And now this is what will improve your accuracy by 100%. I can feel when that shot does not feel right and decide not to let it go. That is actually a really hard thing for a lot of people to do, but if I draw back and that shot doesn't feel 100% right, and I'm like, I get locked off target or whatever, I stop and I'm like, okay, if I draw back if I have to hold more than like 5 seconds, then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna mess this shot up. I'm just gonna let down, and I'll let down, and then I might give my muscles time to relax. I found that shooting multiple arrows at a time, my muscles would get fatigued so quickly that I couldn't draw the bow and stand there and hold it as good as I could before, because if I shot more than 2 arrows at a time, I would like shoot 2 good shots and then I would just shank the rest of them. And then it would cause me to start shooting quicker and start shooting worse. So over time, I started shooting slower and just shooting 1 arrow at a time, because realistically, if you're a hunter like I am, you want to shoot 1 arrow at a time, because that's what's going to happen when you're out in the field. But learning to understand when that shot doesn't feel right, if you don't feel 100% confident that arrow is going to go where it's going to go, let it down. You don't have to shoot it. Just kind of catch back up, let yourself relax for a second, and go into it again. If that shot feels right, let it go. A lot of the people at my church hunt as well, and the pastor and all of their family, they after the evening service on Sundays, they always go back to their house and shoot bows in the evenings. They all shoot compounds, so they set a target out at 20, 25, 30, and 40 yards, and we stand up on their balcony and shoot. And that drastically improved my accuracy as well. If you want to refer to kind of how I go more in depth on it in the double rule, it should be like 5 or 6 videos back. It's called the double rule, and you basically shoot farther and you get better closer, because it seems that 10-yard shot seems like shooting right up against the target if you practiced at 30. Not too long ago, I was out here and I was shooting, and I was just frustrated. I took a break for like 4 days that I didn't shoot, because I was getting arrows tuned and built for this bow, because this is the one I'm going to hunt with. I got this and I never I took it for a season, and that's whenever I shot the bear and the deer and they got away, and I retuned arrows for it and stuff and never got another shot. I want to take it back out there and take it this year, and especially once I put this string on here. This thing is super quiet. These arrows fly phenomenally. These are gold tip traditional blemished 400 spine with a 100 grain insert and 200 grain head. 627 grains with a regular knock. With a luma knock, they'll be around 635 grains. So it's a pretty heavy hitter. And I'll go through arrow setup another day or on another video. I was out here shooting and I took that break to get these arrows set up. After the break was over, I came out here one day and I wasn't in a very good mood, but I was like, I'll just go shoot my bow, because honestly, shooting your bow usually puts you in a better mood if you're doing it right. If you're not doing it right, you're probably just gonna go out here and get frustrated like I normally do. I just kinda stopped caring so much about how I completely ignored all of the senses except feeling my anchor and looking at where I wanted to hit, and that was the best I've ever shot, and it put me in a lot better mood because I hadn't shot that good in a long time. And I was like, man, that really feels good to shoot that way. Here recently, I've kind of completely cut out. I pull back, feel my anchor, and then I just go, I'm still bearing down on the spot. All my focus is on the spot, and I have a loose focus on where my anchor is and feeling that anchor in my face. And that's whenever everything aligns, my body just knows, my mind just knows, send the signal to my fingers to let the string slip. I was shooting the other day, I wish I would have had it on camera, but I was shooting the other day and I started at 10 and walked all the way back to 35 yards. And all the way to 35 yards, I was within 3 inches of the dot on the target that's about that big. So the farthest I was from the target was at 20 yards, and I was about 3 inches high. Everything else was within about 2 inches of the dot. That's the best I've shot in a long time, and it all stemmed from stop worrying so much about how I'm shooting and worry about what feels right and what I know is right, because you can get in a lot of like a trap of like, oh, I have to shoot a certain way because somebody said a certain thing. And in reality, it's not gospel. It's just shooting a bow. You don't have to do everything like everybody else does it. Typically, guys that don't do things that are perfect on paper, that are in sports or in other things, they typically go in and they're really good, and then somebody tries to change what they do and it ruins them. And if they don't let anybody change what they do, they end up being superstars in whatever they're playing, if it's baseball or whatever. Never let anybody tell you how you should shoot. Do what feels right for you. Experiment, yes, during the off season if you're not hunting, or if you don't hunt, experiment whenever you want to. When you hear somebody say something, like me say something, just try it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Move on. Go find somebody else that shoots a different way and try it out. It might work for you better. My version isn't going to work for you. I shoot instinctive. I hold back. I pull with back tension. I don't snap shoot anymore. I did there for a little bit and it felt really good, but I found myself plucking a release every now and then, and to get rid of that, I just started holding back for a second. Learning to let the bow down when you don't feel that shot. You have to develop a feel for the shot, and once you develop that feel for the shot, if it doesn't feel like 100% sure, just don't let it go. Let the bow down and then pull back and do it again, because that one bad shot is going to hurt you a lot worse than than 10 good shots are going to make you better. That one worse shot can just program something or any bad habit that you did during that shot to cause that shot to go wrong into your normal shot process, and then completely ruin your shooting for a long time. Learning to have fun and feel the shot, know when to let down and redraw, and just learn to have more fun. Don't make bow shooting a chore. Don't make practicing a chore. Make it something that's fun. It doesn't have to be a chore. It can always be fun. I don't blank bail anymore because it doesn't do anything for me. It ruins my shot. It makes me focus on certain parts of my shot as I'm shooting a regular shot. then that takes my focus off of that one little, like I want to zoom into the atom that I want to split with my eyes. If I start drifting my focus to my form, that focus widens, and then now I'm shooting at the target instead of that one singular hair that I want to split, or that one singular hole in the target that I'm trying to hit, the discoloration or whatever that I'm looking at. With that being said, I'm gonna shoot a few shots and then close this video. So this is about 15 yards. I would go back a little farther, but the sun, it's not shaded back there, and I'm not standing back there in the sun, because in the sun right now it's like 75 degrees, but right here in the shade, it's only like 65, 70, so it kind of feels nice. But I'm gonna shoot a couple shots here, just kind of show you exactly how I'm shooting. And if I feel that that shot is off, I am going to let down and go back. A little high, just about, I'd say 5 inches above the dot. What I'm searching for is that clean shot right now. And that almost split the other arrow. And that is what you're looking for. You are looking for that clean release. The arrow flies true. The arrows are tuned, so they're supposed to be flying true. And consistency is what you want. It's better to be consistently bad, because then you can fix what your mistake is that's causing that. And all that is I haven't practiced enough up here at 15 recently to be able to hit that shot perfectly every time. So what I need to do is practice more at a little bit of these closer ranges, because I haven't been shooting them much recently, and get that sight picture back ingrained into my head. Both of those shots are pretty much touching each other, and I'll show you them here in just a second. But they are both just a little bit high. It's a lot better to be consistently missing than it is to be on target every now and then, but shooting a group like this. Those arrows were touching at 15, and yes, they were high. However, it's consistently high, so I know it's just something that I'm doing that I need to change. Feeling that shot through and making sure that it's a good shot before I let go. I'm anchoring, feeling my anchor, bearing down on my spot, release, and let go. So I'm gonna shoot 2 more shots, and then that'll be it. See? I held for too long, I lost my focus, and I dropped my arm on that. That was one of those shots that I should have let down. And I fixed it in that one and hit dead in the dot. And one thing you got to realize is some of these guys that are going to teach you stuff online aren't going to show you those misses. But that miss is an example of what I was just talking about. I didn't feel that shot through, and I should have let down. As I drew back, I came above the target, and instead of coming down before I released and fixing it, I got locked. And because I got locked, my brain knew that I wanted to come down, so I jerked the bow down. As I shot like this, rather than pushing straight at the target, I went like that down, and it caused me to shoot in the dirt and shoot under the target. And that is a perfect example of what I was literally just talking about not doing. I got locked above target, and I should have just let down, rekindled everything, and then come back again and redid it right. But that'll be the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Lord, for a beautiful day. I'm gonna try to get a few more bow videos posted. I don't have a lot of ideas of stuff to do because I'm not really changing anything or shooting any differently right now because season's getting really close. So if you have anything that you want to see, I have more hunting videos coming up. I have a doe kill from last year, and I shot a doe with a muzzleloader that I couldn't find, but I want to put that, I want to make that into a video because there's something to be learned from there. And then by the time I get those uploaded, it should be almost time for me to start taking off. I've got squirrel hunting videos I want to edit and get uploaded. So that being said, Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Lord, for a beautiful day. If you got any videos, put it down in the comments. You can pick up a shirt, link in the description. And if you are wondering what things that I suggest that you buy for beginners and stuff like that, or just quality stuff that I prefer to use, you can go to the description and go to my Amazon affiliate links, and they'll be there waiting for you. It's like best budget bow, budget arrows, best bang for buck arrows, best arrows, stuff like that's down there, and you can find that. So that being said, thank you guys for watching. I know I've said that like 15 times, but I really do appreciate every single view that I get. Please like and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. And have a blessed day. Y'all keep feeling the spirit.